have a pool jet that starts out with little pressure and then gets worse the longer they run. I replaced the pump about a year ago, rebuilt the filter 8 months ago, and it's been working fine. I was told it could be the gasket in the multi-valve. Replaced the gasket, didn't glue it right, so replaced completely. Seemed better at first and then went back to the same. If put in, recirculating works fine with lots of suction. That tells me it's the filter. I suppose the question is, what would be causing it to start with a little pressure but get worse?
Well, that's pretty common. If a filter sits without water running through it, the media tends to loosen up a little bit. So when you first turn it on, you get better pressure. Very similar thing happens in a car when you have a fuel filter. When you first turn the car on with the plug fuel filter, the car runs all right for a little while, and then it starts to starve for fuel. It's the same thing with the filter. That as water starts running through it, it starts tightening up again, and now it's almost blocked, so you're not getting anything through it. So your diagnosis is correct. It's absolutely in the filter. Now, whether it's having rebuilt the filter, not sure what kind of filter it is, if there's an issue with the rebuild or with the media that you're using in the filter, if it's a sand filter, it's an earth filter, or a cartridge filter, it's all going to depend on how it was put back together, and then also what the media is and is there enough. So if you've got a sand filter and you don't have enough media, it's going to plug up pretty quick. If you have too much media, it's going to tend to plug up pretty quick. If it's a DE filter and you have too much DE in there, with the system shut off, the DE kind of pulls away, put pressure back on, it tightens back up, runs for a little while and decreases. Cartridge filter, the same thing. If it's really dirty and you shut the pump off and it sort of relaxes and some of that debris falls to the bottom, turn the pump back on and you get pressure for a little while, but eventually that everything locks back up again. So I would agree with your diagnosis that it's certainly in the filter.